What's up, guys? Live day 22. I have Seth here. He's gonna be hopping on. There you go. There he is. Got some good games tonight. Kinda excited. Always fun when you have Little Reaper and Spaghettio playing. Those two are fun to watch. And then we have on 2v2 the undefeated, haven't even lost a map, Team Odeo. And then after that, Cyan, maybe he can steal a win for this season against Frieden. So those are, you can see there, that's our lineup. What do you think?
Yeah, there's some very key matchups tonight. Actually, especially this Code A. You know, Little Reaper last week lost to Casper, and so that set him back. And this is a very important game for him because otherwise, he's still gonna be in the outside looking in.
Yeah.
Right. So he needs this win tonight. So that's
important for him.
very...
That's for sure. Now, is he out if he loses? No, but it's
No,
he
not.
needs it for sure.
Yeah, because he has 3 games left, including tonight. So even if he loses tonight, he still has 2 remaining. But that just adds more pressure to him, and you know his margin of error gets smaller and smaller.
That's true. Let's take a quick peek before we get that started. what that looks like. Right there, you guys can see the Code A standings. And he's 1-1. Spaghettios 2-1, so if he takes that, they'll be tied at 2-2. But if Spaghettio wins, he's got a nice commanding 3-1 lead, or at least tied with the Archaic.
I think if Spaghetti wins tonight, I think that'll cement his playoff position. I think him and the Archaic will be in the playoffs.
Yeah, we'll be pretty
but that would mean that Little Reaper will be on the 5th slot, and that's going to be tough for him. So we'll see how he fares tonight, and it's a very important game for him.
Definitely, and they already did their map vetoes. We're showing you that now. Romanticide will be game 1. Game 2 will be the big map, 2,000 atmospheres, and then it'll be Lightshade for game 3 if we get there.
I'm just waiting for you to join the lobby. In the meantime, we can talk to them if you want.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's talk to the players. Bring him up.
So joining us here are our players for the Code A match tonight. We have Little Reaper and Dummy Strength, Spaghettio, Deepu, Arloe. I don't know which one to call him these days. But you guys ready for tonight's matchup?
Yeah, I'm hyped. Yeah.
What about you, Little Reaper? Are you ready? Get your mic set up.
Yes.
Alright, so, Spaghettio, what have you been doing to prepare for,
Well, yeah, I'll tell you, I've been practicing a lot of Terran. I've been playing some rank this season. So far, I have a 88% win rate, so that's nice.
Nice, very nice.
Ready to show off my macro on Terran instead of just playing Reapers and stuff.
Shoot. Little Reaper will be facing possibly Terran, at least that's what you say. And, Little Reaper, what are your feelings about tonight's games?
Scared.
Alright, there you go. So, maybe he can, use his inner Pokemon, get the right one in there for the matchup, and have that confidence, maybe. But, any other questions, Seth?
So, Spaghetti, you're planning to play all Terrans tonight, or are you going to mixing it up?
I think I'm planning to go all Terrans tonight.
Alright, so we're going to have a PVT tonight, so I'm excited to see that, and see more than just Reapers from the Terran side, so excited. I guess let's get started. I'm going to mute and deafen both players. We'll talk to you guys after the match.
Alright guys, good luck, good luck! Seth will be solo casting.
Alright, turning off my video. Let's get started. So I saw Little Reaper cramming there in the end. Now that they can't hear us, but what are we expecting from Little Reaper tonight?
Well, the problem with facing someone like Dami's Strength is he plays all the races, so it was really hard to figure out a game plan.
So now that we know that he's gonna be playing all Terran tonight, what do you think Little Reaper's gonna be doing?
Defending against Reapers. That's the #1 goal.
Alright, so let's see. Alright, you guys are watching. Let's introduce our players here. On the top left corner of Romanticide, our Terran player is
Spaghettio.
And on the bottom right corner, the blue Protoss, the youngest player in the league, he is
Little Reaper.
Alright, so it's very interesting what Spaghettio said during the interview, that he's been practicing a lot of Terran, #1, and also that he's been practicing macro Terran. Before, when you would face Spaghettio, if I was gonna face him, or if anybody who was practicing and I would give him advice on how to play Spaghettio and he's Terran, you just have to make sure you don't die to early Reapers. Right, he's gonna proxy it, and he's gonna proxy it quick, and it's gonna be multiple barracks. He's gonna grab his early gases, and all you have to do is just don't die in those early few stages of the game, and you would be basically way ahead. But doesn't look like that's what he's going to be doing these tonight, and he has been preparing for it. So let's see where Spaghettio is at with his Terran, with his mid game to late game, and that's going to be very interesting. So right now it's just a standard opening. Little Reaper decided to just go ahead and build all his structures near his main, and I think that's actually a pretty cool idea, right? You want to see if you can wall the backside so the Reaper can't just keep going around your bases. But looks like he's gonna be expanding early. Spaghettio sees it. A Reaper's gonna be coming soon. It's still 3/4 of the way. But let's see who's gonna win here. Oh no! Spaghettio wins a one-on-one duel with the workers, and this is gonna, well, it doesn't delay the Nexus because he wasn't ready to put it down yet anyway. But this engineering bay is gonna further delay it if he was planning on putting a Nexus here. So he cleans up the SCV, but now it forces him to make a stalker early and chrono it so that he can clear out that engineering bay, which is a really advantageous for the Terran because he does spend the money for the engineering bay, but once he cancels it, he gets a big portion of it back. Right, so this Reaper is actually going to pick off this probe. Yes, he does. Now he sees the stalkers there. He just needs to run out of there. Drops a grenade, delays the stalker for a bit, and actually makes him chase it. So this actually even delays further the canceling of this engineering bay. Now, Little Reaper does have the money to expand. He can't yet until he clears it out. It makes a second stalker. Now let's see if Spaghettio cancels this and gets his money back. And it looks like he did. So now Little Reaper can expand. He is now starting to bank up minerals. Alright, so there it is. So the minerals have been used, but he still has a lot. At this stage, I would, like for him to just drop down a few more gateways, right? Since there's one. Could probably drop down, 2 additional ones. But this Reaper is gonna come back to see what's going on. It's gonna see really no tech here. And Little Reaper hasn't really committed to any tech yet. And that's actually not a good sign. Alright, there's the first tech building, which is the Robo facility. There's extra gateways. In the meantime, Spaghettio is just playing his mid game, which is actually doing not bad here. Looks like he has been practicing. He should transfer those 2 additional, there he goes, as I say that. He takes those 2 additional SCVs and makes additional barracks. So he's now fully saturated in his main, and he starts rallying his to this natural. Little Reaper needs to do the same. And here he has 2 additional, actually he needs to take his gases. You're not gonna have a good ratio of minerals and gas pretty soon here, because a lot of Protoss buildings and units require a lot of gas. So he needs to take that ASAP. Alright, so there is the Twilight and Warp Prism. But I don't know what he can get done here. Deepu, aka Spaghettio, is already getting a good set of units with even anchored by a siege tank. A scan reveals that there are 2 stalkers moving out and no 3rd base. So what does that tell Spaghettio? He says, oh, you know what? I can just go ahead and take a 3rd and just keep making Marines. Stem is about a 1/4 done. And let's see. Let's see if he gets charged right. Yes, he does get charged right away because he's now starting to bank some Zealots. He loads 4 Zealots on the Warp Prism. He's going to go across the map. And similarly, Deepu, aka Spaghettio, is going to move across the map as well with a medevac. Alright, so Coda tells me that there's gonna be an attack. And there it is. They meet in the middle. They're both in a move command. And Spaghettio's the first one to actually changes that command and sieges. And now he's gonna be in a better position. But Zealots are in the mix here. And the Zealots are also in the move command. And there's also a drop in the natural base, triggering a super overcharged shield battery, which saves the day. but doesn't look like it. This is faring well for Little Reaper. He's dropping in supply. There is a drop on the top right that he has not initiated because he's really, you know, taxed with his micro here, dealing with all of these things on his base side. But he found some time to drop the Zealots. The Zealots are now gonna make their way to the main. He's gonna try to ravage the mineral line of Spaghettio. Spaghettio is also busy microing. He's gonna lose the warp. The medevac full of Marines, and now he's in crisis mode here. He lost 17, 18, and more workers are falling. This drop by Little Reaper is doing wonders, and he's actually gonna move 4 more stalkers across the map. Let's see if Spaghettio's cleaning the drop up. The Zealots are falling, but he did lose 18 workers here. But you know what? It's not the end of the day because he does have 3 command. He can remake those SCVs right away as opposed to Little Reaper. He's still stuck on 2. And this is not a good battle for Little Reaper. He needs to get those stalkers out. He's still getting damage done though with the Zealots. And Spaghetti just needs to calm down, siege that tank, fortify the front, and deal with these Zealots. But instead, he moves everything to deal with one Zealot and his 3rd, and he's gonna grab everybody F2ing back to his main to deal with these Zealots. But no, he's gonna good. He remains with the front line because he thinks that there's enough. But you know what? He hasn't cleaned up the Zealots, and I think this triggers Spaghetti to say, you know what? Forget it. I'm just gonna go across the map, and let's see if I can do a base trade scenario. Which is not a... I mean, better to clean this up. But I don't know if Little Reaper can deal with this, right? Little Reaper's gonna drop down 4 more gateways, but you know, you need units right now. There's a scan, but there's really no DTs there. There's really no reason to scan. But the big main force of Spaghettio is now in the front lines here of Little Reaper. He recalls a few units, but that's not enough. These are stimmed Marines with tank support and medevac support, and I think this would do it. There's no way he can clean this up. He's gonna lose his natural. And what? Spaghettio's loading up the medevacs. He can just actually walk there instead. And drops it down, and you know what? Since it's a late reaction by Little Reaper, the Marines all drop in, and I don't know if you can deal with this anymore. There's a critical number of Marines, and a few stim here, and the kiting, but he does not. He actually picks everything up, and he's gonna go back here. He's gonna go back here to make the Zealots go around and funnel into this one chokehold here, and this is not gonna fare well for Little Reaper. He's gonna lose all of these tech buildings, and so Spaghettio's actually just gonna depower one of all those buildings, and I think this will be it. He doesn't have enough units. He doesn't have enough money, and this was a very action-packed, exciting game number 1. And looks like Spaghettio is gonna come out on top here. This is the last few moments is when the probes actually decide to fight extending. So game number 1 goes to Spaghettio. V2. Yeah, so this is the case where your APM is really taxed, right? You're handling both sides. And that's when it gets really chaotic. And the ones that can just really take a deep breath and take your time and don't get panicked is the one usually comes out ahead. But it's only game 1. Our next game is going to be 2000 atmospheres. Let's see what kind of adjustments Little Reaper is going to make here. Let's get the lobby started first, and then we can talk about the end of that game 1 and into game 2. So there's so many things there that I like that Little Reaper did. I like the charge slot upgrade. I like the Warp Prism harass in the back, and that actually killed over 20 SCVs. I liked all of that, but I think he just didn't spend enough of his money. He started late on his economy, and so at the end of the day, with all of the chaotic battles, Spaghetti just had enough economy to remake his units, and his composition is just much better in the long run because of his healing capabilities. And the Stim Marines really go a long way in these types of situations. Alright, so we're loaded up in game number 2. You guys are watching.
FSL Season 4.
Right, on the top right corner of 2000 Atmospheres. Up 1-0. Our Pink Terran, he is.
Spaghetti-O.
And on the bottom left corner, the blue Protoss needs to tie it up, needs your energy. Let's cheer for.
Little Reaper.
Alright, that was actually an impressive win there by Spaghetti-O. Really looks like he's matured as a Terran player. Went right into Stim Bio with Medivacs and got his third. So it's a good macro build. I think he got discombobulated with that drop or with that Whip War Prism Harass, but he was able to handle it. But at some point, he says, you know what, forget it. Let me just go across the map instead of dealing with it. And because Little Reaper didn't have enough units back home, he wasn't set up economically, right? And he didn't have the right units to deal with one tank and a bunch of Stim Marines. There's no way he can deal with it. So let's see what happens here in game number 2. Quick wall off here for the Terran to prevent the scout for Little Reaper. And the same type of building setup for Little Reaper. Opts to build his buildings behind or just around his main base. And a quick tech lab. That's interesting. And so he opts to get a quick tech lab instead of a Reaper first. So I wonder, well, I see what he's doing. This is gonna be a cloaked ghost attack. And so the ghost will be coming in and will be cloaking. And if you do not have detection, the ghost will just pick your probes apart one at a time. And this is pretty dangerous. We've seen this done, before. It's an old build, and it's pretty dangerous. And if you don't know it's coming, it's really deadly. And did he block his Nexus there? Is that a Yeah, he did block it. Oh no! So he can't put down his Nexus because his first pylon is in the way. And so he builds a second pylon. He wanted to attack his Nexus, but that's gonna take 20 years to kill by a probe. So he's gonna use his Stalker, but no, he's waiting for a Reaper that will never come. And so this is not a good start for Little Reaper. Yeah, there's the cloaked ghost for the ghosts here. And wait, this is a second academy. So that's why it's a nuke. So, alright. This is a nuke build, a 3-minute nuke build by Spaghetti-O. And so this is what makes it interesting in our FSL games. Is, if you come to these games and you scout your opponent and you really prepare a specific build to snipe them, and most of the time it works, right? And so this really shows his preparation. And so I think Little Reaper is, his nerves getting to him here because, a few mistakes here. That early pylon that really delays his Nexus, at the same time losing that 100 that he has to destroy. And here's Spaghetti-O's units inbound. 1 ghost and 2 Hellions. And this ghost has cloak. So let's see if he cloaks and goes behind the mineral lines and nukes it, while the Hellions keeps Little Reaper busy and his attention in the front. Right, so this ghost, he needs to put it on hold position in terms of the fire. There it is. So he cloaks. No, you need to hold fire on these things. And there's the nuke. There's no way to see this nuke because he doesn't have detection. He hasn't started an observer. It's a good pull here for Little Reaper. And so he's not gonna lose these probes. He does lose 3. And the nuke makes him lose a lot of mining time, and now the ghost is just gonna destroy these. It takes 2 shots for one ghost to kill these probes, and these probes are not mining, so he's not getting income at all. More ghosts are in production, and so he's losing all of these probes. Yeah, this is painful. And so the ghost, I think, is about to run out of energy, so he's gonna run out. And he's gonna save it, because otherwise he's gonna die to those stalkers really quickly. But he's producing 2 more nukes, and I think he's gonna try to nuke a few more times. Now, if Spaghettio does this right, when he goes in, he does a scan and then snipe the observer. And so that way, the ghost will remain undetected. Right, but let's see if he does that. So right now the ghost once cloaks in, but now it's gonna be visible and he's gonna die, and so he's gonna run back. It's gonna cloak, so this is when you you scan ahead and then you snipe it, right? I think it'll take 2 shots, but if you have 2 ghosts, I think more than 2 shots. This observer's late, but so this is a good move here by Little Reaper. He has a good force here. It's just gonna, forget it. You guys, you're doing some of these cute stuff. Let me just make a bunch of units and go across the map. So tank is in production. Ghosts and Marines are frantically being produced. Is he gonna be able to hold this? Stim is very late. He needs his tank, and he needs to siege it now. And he sees the attack, right? So right now, if you're Terran, don't siege it too close. Oh, that can be easily picked off. No! The good pickup here by Little Reaper, but he doesn't decide to drop it on top of the tank. The tanks are shelling away from afar. He needs to lift this CC to get it out of harm's way. The Ghost's trying to sneak out, and it does. He does have 2 nukes in his pocket, and I think he's gonna lose this command center if he doesn't lift it. A few more volleys here. Even now that he lifts it, I think it's too late. He needs to repair it. It has 50 ticks left, and it's gonna be... No, he does repair it. It's a good move here by Spaghettio. But one tank is the hero tank. It's shelling away at everything here. Little Reaper decides to drop the Zealots on top successfully, and does a warp in. There's a nuke in the main base. But you know what? He needs to deal with this front one. But at the same time, Little Reaper is busy with this front attack that he's... Oh, he does pull his workers. His workers get out of harm's way. But these workers are falling one at a time from this one ghost who can 2-shot it. And looks like Spaghettio's gonna clean up this front base with the SCVs. He needs more. Yeah, he's not gonna be able to finish little Spaghettio here. All right, so at the end of that, 15 workers left for Little Reaper. Spaghettio does save his command center, so he goes back and he's gonna land, and he's gonna have good economy again. So them is finished, but the thing is, I think Spaghettio only has 2 barracks, and so he needs to drop a few more barracks here. That's a good idea. I think he could have executed it just a tad better, but Little Reaper had that window there where he could have killed Spaghettio. But I think, if whenever you hear nuclear launch detected, you're now frantically looking all over the map or looking around your base and just pull your workers. And, you can't micro your units in the front because of that. So, but this is actually a dangerous attack here for Little Reaper. Spaghettio needs to be careful. See, right here, this is where you scan and pick off that observer. Well, there's 2 of them, in fact, but just one scan will take care of it. And he needs to siege that tank. You know what? This is a dangerous place here for Spaghettio. There's a lot of charge slots, and they're just gonna charge towards the tank, and that tank is forfeit really quickly. He does not have enough units here, and you know what? This might actually kill Spaghettio. A few more warp-ins here, and I think this will do it. There's not enough units. I think he got too fancy. I think at first few nukes was really good, but once you get past that stage, you just drop down a few more barracks and then you just macro to victory. But no, good win there by Little Reaper. We are now gonna go to our base match. It's gonna be on Lightshade. Pretty exciting game for both of these players. Eager to see what's gonna happen here in game number 3, what kind of build Spaghetti has planned. Alright, we're getting the players to join the lobby. So yeah, the nuke is nice, but I think you can't kill the player with just nukes here and there. You have to actually have a little bit more substantial army. And because he operated with just 2 barracks, and neither of them had... Ooh, I think Spaghetti stepped out. We might need to pause this here. But neither the barracks had a reactor, so he's producing 2 units at a time, and he just never mustered enough unit count there to be able to defend that push by Little Reaper. But that takes us to game number 3, and let's introduce our players here on the top left corner of Lightshade. Game number 3. Our pink Terran, he is.
Spaghetti-O.
And on the bottom right corner, tying that series up 1-1, our blue Protoss, he is.
Little Reaper.
Alright. Exciting stuff. Let's see what adjustments these players make. I think he got too cute there with the nukes and with the ghost, right? Even if you went with ghost, it's actually pretty cool, and you just make enough of them. But the only way that they can kill you is to have detection. And unlike Terrans, Protoss without an oracle have to rely on observers, and the observers are really brittle units. And so all you need to do is just scan and snipe the observer. And you can kill a lot of probes with that. And then, but at the same time, you need to have a follow-up on multiple barracks and just more units, because you're gonna set the Protoss behind economically. And so if you just mass up, a bunch of Marines, and you already had Stim, I think you just move to victory at that point. But that was a really good decision there by Little Reaper. Going with the Warp Prism and attacking at the other side, and with that move got him the victory in game 2. So let's see what adjustments or what kind of changes in tactics Spaghetti decides to do here. It's a quick expansion for both. Terrans just a little bit faster, and so the Reaper is inbound, or actually no, decides to stay put. There's really no reason for Reaper, unless you're really looking around your base, to stay put against Protoss. Against Zerg, you might want to stay put just in case there's a Ling run by that wants to cancel your expansion. But against Protoss, if you want to go across the map, or you want to look around your base, right? There's really no reason for him to stay put. So he is going to go across the map. He's going to jump in here, finds a Stalker early, drops a grenade, pushes that Stalker back, gives him a good scout here. Let's see if he can get away. Runs north and gets sniped. Alright, so I would have liked for that Reaper to live longer, but it did do its job. It scouted. I don't know if he scouted the fact that Protoss has an expansion, but I think you can infer that there is already one. But the thing is, he knows is there are stalkers on the map. And if these stalkers move across the map here, and you do not have a bunker, and all you have is just 1 or 2 Marines, you're in trouble. And so, let's see. I mean, good thing is that Little Reaper's not moving. But you need to drop more barracks. That's why Terrans against Protosses tend to just drop down that bunker in front of their natural, right? Because if you don't have it, a little poke by these stalkers would wreak havoc. But good thing is Little Reaper's not doing it. He's now gonna drop down his Twilight, and I think from these past 2 games, what he's decided to do is just get charge, get a Warp Prism, and just make units and harass with them, and that's what he's comfortable doing, which is very effective early on. But when the Terran has enough, a critical mass of stimmed Marines, that's stimmed bio, that's not a good. You're not gonna go far from that, because you're gonna need other units instead, right? You can't live off of just gateway units once a Terran has stimmed Marines and stimmed Marauders. But there are no Marauders, it's just a bunch of Marines. 2 more barracks are being constructed. Same strat for Little Reaper. And, it's not gonna scale well here against the composition that Spaghettio is going to be making. Alright, so Marines and Marauders are being produced. If we look at the unit count here, alright, so there's, the window here for Little Reaper is gonna be closing in for this type of strat to work. So he's making more Zealots, which is good, but... Alright, more gateways. Now I like this. Maybe you can just overwhelm him with charge slots. And 3 more gateways, and I think he's gonna move out. And I'm not sure if this is going to work out. Now, if he does catch him unsieged and in transit, like now, this might work out for Little Reaper. And this is a key moment in the game here. And the Medivacs are ahead. And this signals, and he's gonna boost out. And he's gonna siege. Stimmed is activated. Oh no, so let's see who comes out ahead here. A lot of move command here. Another tank is behind, but there's not enough units here. This is a perfect moment for Little Reaper to catch him. Alright, so the wall has been put up. And there's not enough units. I think it was just a bad time to move out here. Here are the SCVs. They're gonna see if he can tank. This is a very critical moment. Who's gonna come out ahead here? This might win out the game. A lot of bios not fighting here. There it is. Now they're fighting. Stimmed isn't activated again. I think the Zealots are thinning out. And I think Spaghettio's gonna hold this. And more Zealots are walking across the map. But he did not make a Warp Prism. So he cannot reinforce this. Instead, he has to reinforce it from all the way across the map. He loses the last Stalker. There's a scan by Spaghettio. Sees what? What does he see in that scan? Just gateways and the Warp Prism coming inbound. And so, more Zealots, but now, Little Reaper is just throwing away these Zealots, because these Zealots are not going to do much now with that many bio, and there's just... He needs to pull back. He needs to just start warping in more units here. There it is. 6 more Zealots, and I think Spaghettio is just going to hang back home, and he's just producing units. Now, Army Supply is in favor of Spaghetti, but 3, there's a lot of them in Medivacs. But look at that tank. Those 2 tanks are just shelling away at those. Oh no! The Warp Prism gets picked off, and I think this will prevent Little Reaper from doing any more damage or any attacks. And so he's far behind. So what they say is, when behind, Dark Shrine. So there it is. There's the Dark Shrine. He also puts down a Templar Archive. So this is how you can deal with bio, right? If you do a Templar Archives. But my worry here is that the Templar Archives is not going to come into play anytime soon before the Terran decides to move out. And I think he is already planning on moving out. He's scouting ahead with 1 Medivac. And this, yeah. And so he hasn't started the upgrades for, because he's trapped for cash. So Little Reaper does have a lot of gas. So if he does have a lot of gas, you know, the way to do this now, you need to survive the next few minutes, is to just make Archons, right? And here is a somewhat of a doom drop, and he's going straight for, he's making a beeline to the main base into that corner where Little Reaper does not have any vision. And there's a boost. He's gonna go right behind the mineral line. Actually, right on the mineral line. Drops the entire bio composition. There's one tank. The tank decides to siege, but it's all the way to the right side. It's gonna be the first thing that the Zealot's gonna hit when they charge in. Well, there's actually another tank there. This is this is game. There's not enough Zealots here, and the Zealots are all being picked off now. Unless these DTs clean all this up, and there is no scan remaining, and so the DTs saves the day here. And it was good that Little Reaper pulled all his workers, so he didn't really lose workers here, and he has his third. So the game does go on, but delays Psystorm by, you know, significantly here because it's not being upgraded, and a pylon is not even being produced. So alright, so now it's just a race of who makes more units. Alright, there are the pylons. 3 pylons are being warped in. Army size of Spaghettios getting large though. Alright, the DTs are in. The DTs are in. There's the first scan. First scan takes out 2 DTs, but there's one more DT making its way in the main base. And let's see if Spaghettio reacts in time. Oh no. Alright, he scans, but there's no units here to kill it. You can't, no. It takes a while for these SCVs to kill one DT, and before you know it, you've lost 10 SCVs, right? So the better move to do is just get them out of the way, get your a few units up, then you scan. Alright, so this is actually going to be pretty exciting here. The army composition here for... Oh no, this is a big move out. And there's gonna be a Raven, so he doesn't want to be able to be caught where he doesn't have a scan and he can't detect DTs. But there are no more DTs in production, and this is a scary army. There needs to Little Reaper needs to have the perfect Psystorms here if he wants to survive this this siege up. Tanks are being sieged. There's a stem. Oh, that's a nice storm. But there's another storm. Is there gonna be enough here? Both. Oh no, the Archons have fallen. There's one more tank here. This is a really close match. He picks up. He's gonna move back to the safety of the tanks. There are more bio coming in. The Raven has joined the fray but moves back. And I think Little Reaper has held, but this is still a big army by Spaghettio, and this big army is actually going to decide to go home. Both of them are taking their 4th bases. This is actually a pretty close match, pretty exciting match. It's a really good game 3 here. We don't know who's going to come out ahead. Looks like Spaghettio is in the lead here, but it's all about the engagements. I mean, there are Templars. Psystorms can change the game. It's a good move here for Little Reaper. He decides to drop 4 more gateways. But what's lacking here for Little Reaper is the upgrades. Right now, +2 attack for Spaghettio is almost done. I think it's going to be complete before the next engagement. And this +2 attack will help him clear out these Zealots faster, right? And +2 is about to be done in 9-8 seconds. Alright, so it's all about the engagement here. Just siege tanks are getting in position, 3 of them. And let's see how he manages this attack. He's gonna poke them. He's gonna run back to the safety of the siege tanks. There's no stim yet. There's the stim. That wipes out so many Zealots so quickly. And look how fast these Zealots fall with the +2 stimmed Marines. And that's the difference, I think, in the game here. The upgrades. And so the Zealots are gonna run back. He's gonna forfeit this third. Spaghetti does not know about the fourth. Oh, he's putting 3 robo facilities down. I don't know if that's gonna come into play at all here because... Oh no, he reveals that there is a base down there because of the probes running down there, so... Sometimes you're just gonna have to sack those probes just to not reveal that other base. And there's a Stim Marine. Look how fast these probes fall, and all of them actually fall before the warp-in, the recall completes. More scans identifies as just all ground units, and unfortunately the ground units of Spaghetti is just much better at this point with +2. There's gonna be a drop in the main to see if he can... Oh no, it's not. It's the... He's gonna just drop turrets here. And that's gonna kill a lot of probes actually. And I think this is gonna be the beginning and the end here because unfortunately there's a ton of Marines here, and all of these Marines with +2 attack. The Zealots are all gonna melt here. Look how fast these Zealots... Oh, and that's a nice storm! 2 storms, but I don't think there's enough. There's just too many Marines. And I think this will be it. This is going to be GG. And Spaghetti-O is going to take this back and forth game, this series. It's a good win by him. It's pretty much a lock in the playoffs. Unfortunately for Little Reaper, he's going to need to win his last 2 games. But that was a good game by him. And somebody has to win and somebody has to lose. So that's just the nature of these games. Alright. Let me catch my breath. You two, you guys had an amazing series. Action-packed. Back and forth. First, Little Reaper, I want to commend you on game number 2 from coming back on that with a win. That was a good job. So, my question there is, were you able to prepare for Terran at all this week, or you just kind of winged it tonight?
I thought he was gonna do a Reaper chase, so I went to that build.
Ah, so that's why you the structure placement is that, and so he didn't do a Reaper build. So KJ, do you have any questions here for Little Reaper?
Yeah. So I think you kind of lost your prism twice. What were you thinking about that?
I thought I had bad prism micro. That's what I was thinking.
Got it. Yeah, because I think you had the chance to win right there and then if you didn't lose your prism twice, right?
Yeah. But that same prism micro saved you the game on game number 2 that enabled you to win. So good job on that. So let's talk to our winning player, Spaghetti-O. Congratulations. Looks like you were very comfortable with that mid-game bio stim build. But first, I want to ask about that nuke build.
Yeah.
What made you decide to go with that strategy in game number 2?
I don't know. I wanted to do it one of the games. I thought about it during physics last class, and I was like, man, that sounds fun. It didn't quite work out though. He pulled his probes. Both times actually. I was surprised. I knew he would do it the first time, but the second time that was really good. Where I was like fighting you on one front, and then you microed them on the other front. That was nice. But yeah, it just didn't work out the way I wanted it to.
Yeah, it was actually a good game with you guys reacting to each other with the bio and then Psystorm. But I think the difference there was the +2 attack on the Marines. That really helped you clear out the Zealots so much faster. So that was a good job. I think Little Reaper just need to have keep up with his upgrades as well. But it was a good job for both. Any final questions, Freedom?
No, it was good to watch. It was fun to watch. Good back and forth.
Fun to watch. It was, yep. All right. So Little Reaper is going to hop off, but we'll keep Spaghetti-O here so we can chat with our next game, 2v2. In the meantime, while I bring the players in, Spaghetti, if you could just finish out the veto so we can start the map.
Oh yeah. Hang on 1 second.
Bring in here Regret, ET, and The Archaic.
Super Smurfers is the next match, guys. 2v2. And
So we
let's
have-
take a look at the map vetoes, the map selections on that.
Versus Kodeo. So, first off is Kodeo. Have you guys been preparing for this game? And are you guys ready?
I wouldn't say prepare is the right word. I'd say more so anticipated than prepared. We have not been really practicing that much.
Okay. How about you, the arcade? Have you been practicing or getting ready?
Not really.
Uh-oh. Alright, we might see their first defeat here on this season. What about the Super Smurfers? I know Spaghettio is fully warmed up here, but ET, have you been preparing?
A little bit. I haven't played in a little while, but I think I'm good to go.
Okay, that's good to hear. It's good to go. KJ, do you have any other questions here while we set up the lobby?
Yeah, my question is on Super Smurfers, right? You guys have you're working on your chemistry. I know you get a little, sometimes you have a plan, you're not happy with it, right, ET? But then do you guys sort that out internally?
Yeah.
Yeah, we always do. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, good to hear.
Alright, well, if there's no other questions, our players will go to their respective channels. We'll invite them to the lobby and we'll get started. Good luck, have fun, guys.
Thank you.
Alright,
You guys
so
can see the
KJ
map pics there.
this solo. I think looks like Sir Maligan hopped on, so you might join us.
Yeah, you
But
can
I won't be able to cast this. It'll be you guys.
Alright, let's get Maligan on in here. Where is he? While we're waiting for Maligan, I'm looking at the map pics here. Emerald City for game 1, and then Heavy Artillery for game 2, and then Nightscape for game 3.
Yeah, but so Kodeo, I mean, they're pretty much shoo-in for the playoffs. But the Super Smurfers are on the 5th slot right now, so this is a very important game for them as well. If you want to show the standings, they're just right behind Benzel.
Yeah,
so.
let me do that. Let's show the standings for that. So that would be the 2v2 right there. Odeo, Super Smurfers. Yeah, right there, guys.
Yeah, so if they lose this, they'll fall to 2 and 4, and their chances of making the playoffs is getting slimmer and slimmer. Now, Kodeo does have actually this is their last game, so even if they go 0 and 2, they're still in the playoffs. They might, actually, they even clinched the first slot because even if they tie with Tortoise and Hare, they've already beaten them head to head. So I think they've got the first seed already. But yeah, the Super Smurfers really need to get this win if they want to stay in the hunt.
Yeah.
So I don't see Sir Maligan on yet.
He saying
but-
something on?
I saw him. He says has come online, but I guess you can start this and you can cast solo for now. Oh, there he is.
Hey,
Yo,
There he is.
so we got Sir Maligan here. He's gonna be casting this with you.
Yeah, let's get your cams on. Let's talk about this, guys. This is go. So Kodeo doesn't need this game for sure, so they might have fun. Let's see what Super Smurfers does, how they improve, right?
Yeah.
Because they really, there's a couple of games in there that they didn't really look that good. They were kind of discombobulated, right?
Yeah.
They even had internal team bickering. We saw that.
I think it's really important for them to work as a team tonight.
And they definitely need to work on it. This is a test. Now they may not win this, but I want to see how good they play together. That's really what this is.
Yeah.
yeah.
All right.
Kodo-
So, but yeah,
think-
I think we're
I
ready.
think Kodeo wants to keep the winning streak. So
Yeah, they'll want
We'll
to
see.
keep the winning streak.
Yeah, you definitely want to go into the playoffs with momentum, right? Where
yeah.
everything is firing on all cylinders, but looks like the players are ready.
All right.
So Maligan and KJ Freedom will be casting this.
Yeah, we'll
Good
be
luck, have
casting
fun.
it. Luck, guys. Goes. Loading up now. Need the player cams for this.
Let's see what the Smurfers have in store. I hope it's some good cheese, man.
Yeah. So we'll see what they do. But you guys are watching the 2v2 portion here for our season 4. So
FSL Season 4.
Hey, remember that movie Skrull? Skrull was it? That map reminds me of that.
really, all right. Well,
Yeah.
on the bottom right, the Zerg player for this first team we're looking at,
Regret.
and his partner, the Protoss player, the young one.
The Archaic.
There he is. Kind of zoomed out on me for a minute there. Their team, the undefeated.
Team Codeo.
Yes, that is a dog. A German Shepherd, to be exact.
All right, the team on the top left, the Terran. He is.
Yeah, no intro for him.
Oh, it is ETTTT. So he still has no intro. All right, his partner in crime. It is.
Spaghettio.
Yeah, and they're the Super Smurfers.
The Super Smurfers. All right, I guess no, not the proxy. I guess. Damn it! I was wishing for a cheese play here.
Yeah, I like it when games are not always standard.
Yeah, and then if they go standard, they just don't have a chance against this. Against Codeo. Codeo is just so good when it comes to macroing up.
Oh. What are they doing here? You know what they're gonna do?
Reaper again?
Reaper,
Oh,
and then ET will go Battle Cruiser.
Yeah, it
But
looks like
they better do something different, because Codeo is a tough team, man.
Yeah,
They
that's
know
right.
about that. They study their opponents. They know how to synergize and punish the predictability of these players, right? So you got to do something where, we saw the Dark Menace Little Reaper team, the little boys, right? They pulled out some all-ins that they held them, but they had a chance to beat them, right? So I don't think
Yeah.
you can play normal and expect to beat Codeo. You better do something like that.
Yep, exactly. Head on macro game. I'm sure they don't have a chance.
Yeah, no chance. This team macros really well, and then they go. It's not just about macro. The Protoss player here gets into the Sky Toss, and that's
Yeah.
there you go. See that, the Stargate's there.
No, don't lose
Look at this. He even. Oh, I thought he was gonna try to trap.
He's gonna lose this. Yeah.
Oh, look at the micro with the drone.
Yeah, with the drone.
The drone trick there, right? You can see the
Nice.
level that they're at. They're a much higher level than you may expect on FSL, right?
Yep.
This is almost those really good games where you see that drone.
Yeah, you
know,
save that
dro-
drone by making a
Yeah.
spine crawler.
Yeah, spine or a spore. Actually, you should be making a spore. I think spore is a little cheaper. So that's the only thing that I would, critique on that.
Mm.
But yeah, it's similar to what you see in pro games if you think about it.
Yep.
So, very late expansion for Mr. Battlecruiser boy over here.
Let's see. Let's worker
Ooh,
count.
he's working on tanks.
Yeah, he's working on tanks.
And the third base already for the Zerg. So they're feeling pretty good.
Yeah, they feel safe.
Yeah, they even has a safety bailing nest. And now there's 2 Void Rays coming up. 2 Stargates. The second Void Ray coming up. 2 Stargates already done. The clock is ticking if you're Terran. You better be
Yeah.
ready, man. And there's some
What's up?
safety banelings already.
Yeah, they're falling behind already on their workers, so
Oh my goodness. Yeah, if you look at the workers, 35-29 versus 25-23. They're both. Although Terran is kind of usually falling behind a little bit on workers because of the way it works, right? With Protoss, Chrono Boost, and the Zerg's larva. But and they do the Terran do have mules, but they really do need to do something. But what can they do? I mean, there's two Void Rays here. There's Banelings. They scan. They see the Void Rays. They know what's up. They have no excuse. They know. They know it's playing the same type of thing.
did they match? Did they have a match before? These two teams have they played before?
I don't think the players play twice. So no.
No. Okay.
Players don't ever play twice in the regular season. In
Or
the second time
the
they'll
2v2?
face them would be the playoffs.
Okay. Alright, that's a good donation there, just to see the composition. So at least they see the tanks and
Yeah, they have a pretty
Marines.
good. They have a good army now, and they are gonna go. So here's the
Oh,
thing.
good.
It's all
Yeah.
about the Baneling hits here. If the tanks can kill the Banelings, these Void Rays can't fight that many Marines.
Yeah, that's a lot of Marines.
So this is
Did
their
they have-
chance. They actually have a
Yeah.
decent chance if they go now. And look, they know it. Phoenixes
They
are
have-
being made. He needs
Yeah.
to be morphing more Banelings though.
Then they have stim.
And they
So
have
this
Stim.
is
Yeah,
deadly.
yeah. Here
Oh,
it is.
this
It's
is
about the
deadly.
micro here. The siege tank is getting
Yeah.
in position. Oh, they let it
That's-
siege. Let's see if the Phoenixes lift them. He
Yeah.
can't take a Baneling hit here. If they want a chance, they
Oh.
cannot take a Baneling hit. These
Look at that, they're
Void
waiting,
Rays-
waiting. Oh, pick up. there.
Oh! He didn't micro and target the
Oh.
Banelings.
Yeah.
That was a mistake. And now they don't have enough Marines for these Void Rays.
Yeah.
That was the
This is gonna
mistake.
be-
He needed to do that better. And now I
This
think
can-
they just lost their chance.
Yeah.
Because they are behind in workers. They were hoping for that attack to do more and build upon it, right? But they didn't do
Yep.
it.
Alright, they have to brace
Banelings-
for the counter now. Counter is coming.
Yeah, all the Banelings really, they all pretty much connected. The first set died, but then the last four, they all connected.
Yeah.
That was a mistake. They really needed to prioritize the Banelings. That was really the key. And now the counter is here. I don't know if they'll die to this counter. There is no creep here, so right, it is hard to also control. Oh, he's
Yeah.
backing
Oh,
off.
they have
He-
tanks on the top, which
Yeah,
is
he
good.
let the Raven die though, because he was microing it back along with the Marines. He was kind of pulling it back.
So I'm guessing by the way this thing is moving, the Marines are together. So I'm guessing Spaghettios controlling.
Yeah, but
Controlling
he's
the
taking
Marines.
Baneling hits,
Oh!
though. He's
That Baneling hit is prime time.
Yeah, you really can't take Baneling hits. No,
Yeah.
there is
That
Baneling
Baneling hit
speed.
Oh, spot on.
He might have needed more Marauders or something, or whatever, or split better. But
Yeah. Those
will
tanks
live.
saved them. Yep.
they will live for
Those-
now. But they are behind. Not incredibly
Not that
dead
much.
behind.
Yeah.
But they're behind. So
So
regroup.
both attacks, yeah, both attacks got thwarted. So
Well, the difference
Good.
is the Protoss saved all his Void Rays, right? There's 5
Yeah.
Void Rays. So that's a big deal.
I think he only lost 2 Void Rays, or one, even just 1. Look at that. Now he has 4 Stargates.
Oh man, the Protoss well, he's actually making Phoenixes.
Phoenixes.
Okay, he still hasn't made his fleet beacon. I was gonna say Skytoss should be about start, but he hasn't even made fleet beacon yet.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. It's at the bottom left.
Oh, it's done. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fusion
alright.
core for the Terran. So I guess they're gonna go
The
back.
Terran here, really, you gotta keep going.
Yeah.
The
Oh,
power
he's
of
going for the
reinforcing
nuke.
bio is really your
Mhm.
key.
Yeah.
The longer this goes, the worse it is for you. Pretty soon there will be Storm or more Banelings, more carriers
Yeah.
or something. But it's just really hard to deal with Skytoss if you're Terran on just bio units.
Yeah. Needs to make some mines too, I think, right?
Mines could be good unless it hits your guys, but
Yeah. Mines for.
meanwhile ETT is making lots of
Yama-
Vikings, but he probably needs a reactor there so he can make 2 at a time.
He's researching Yamato, but he doesn't have any battle cruisers. He's
Right,
not
so
even
it's-
queuing him up.
Yeah, that's more of a Dogecoin thing where he's trying to hopefully get lucky, where he can use
Yeah.
it later in the future.
Yeah.
But it's a crypto thing. You're hoping to get rich.
Yeah, hoping for it
Doesn't
to...
make sense to do it now, but he's doing it now.
Alright. So nuke, I guess. Nuke for Spaghettio.
Yeah, supply's getting way out of hand now, though. There's a 20-30 supply lead.
Yeah,
Plus
carriers
the
are being made 4 carriers at a time.
Alright,
Oh
well,
my God.
there you go. Once that's out, I just don't see
Yeah.
this working out. Because
And then-
carriers...
Yeah, and then the storm, Psy Storm is being researched. So this is gonna be bad for Terran.
Yeah.
Alright, moving. Let's see where they're going. Okay.
Fight. You know, this Terran army is scary. I think what he needs to do, honestly, is just have the Terran army fight.
Yeah, then
somewhere.
do some drops.
Do some
You know, I
drops,
would
spread
love.
them out.
Yeah,
something.
I'd love to see some drops because that's the advantage of Terran, really, is those drops.
Yeah, I'm with you. You gotta do something. You can't just mass up hoping
Yeah.
you can hit your head against the wall.
Yeah, just trying to hit head on is just so hard.
It's not gonna work against this team. Now he does have
Yeah.
so many Vikings, but seems like he needs
Pressure.
more. Forgotten
pressure
about
them.
Tech Lab. Okay,
Oi.
look at the scan in similar spots.
Oh my gosh, you don't want to lose this with a Baneling hit!
You gotta back off. He didn't. Okay,
There
his
you go.
Baneling hits were not terrible, but
Yeah.
here comes the charge lots and the
And
Void
some
Rays.
Void Rays. And the carriers! Oh my
And the
gosh.
carriers will say,
Ooh, nice
"Get out."
hit!
Good hit there, but
Yeah.
oh, good,
Nice!
very good
Immobilized.
disables. But
Yes.
oh man, if he had his Marines,
Yeah, that would have been crazy.
the disables were good. They just
Oh, go up there, man. Where's your tanks?
no
Should have brought the tanks down. Oh, they
Yeah.
lost all the tanks.
I don't know where the tanks died, but I guess they died somewhere. Kill is one of the
Yeah.
carriers, but the problem now isn't the carriers. These Hydras.
Yeah, a few mines here would have been
And there's
great
gonna be a
too, just
juicy
for
storm
defense.
coming up in
Yeah.
about 10 seconds here.
GG.
And there you
Just
go,
too
the
much.
power.
Yeah. Yeah, they just can't do that type of play, man. Some big drops. Keep them pressured.
You can't do it against that team.
Yeah.
This team is like the super team. You know, I'm thinking because the level that they're at is just so much better compared to everyone else combined.
Mm-hmm. Alright,
So,
game 2.
alright, game 2, guys. Game 2. Game 2, what are you gonna do? I don't see them losing the rest of the year. Honestly.
I know,
Even
right?
in the playoffs. I think they're a super team. I think maybe the MMR that was given in the beginning they were at, but they've gotten so much better, way
Yeah.
past those MMR, that
Mhm.
they're kind of like way ahead of everybody else. Because no one looks close to them. I don't think we've had a game.
You think so? I mean, there's this crazy good team though. The Benzel, they might pull
Oh,
this
get
off.
the heck out of here, mister. Get the heck out of here, man. Get out of that stuff. Okay, here's Benzel. Let's go look at that. Benzel. They've won less maps than they've lost. That's Benzel for you. 6-5. 6 losses, 5 wins. Meanwhile, Kodeo, head
I
and
know, right?
shoulders above everyone else. No one's even close. They haven't even lost one map. And I don't
They
even
haven't
think
lost
they're-
a map?
Yes,
What?
that's what I'm telling you. It's not even close. This
Gee.
team is like super team, man.
They should have been the Super Smurfers, huh?
It could have been the super whatever.
Yeah, I know, right?
But yeah. So we're gonna get into likely the last game.
Yeah, unless they do something crazy here. Let's hope so.
All right. Well,
FSL Season 4.
they only have one match left, so I don't see the last one winning. But we'll see. Maybe Deepu and ET can do something.
Yeah.
Bottom right, the Zerg player from this first super team.
Regret.
The first player from the super team is Regret, yeah. And then the second player from this super team.
The Archaic.
And, you know, I think they won a championship before.
That's
Team
2v2.
Codeo.
Yeah, I
They?
think they won a show match before a special event. So
I see. Alright, the top right team. It's the pink Terran. He is.
Spaghettio.
And the teal partner, it's ETTTT. And they are called Super Smurfers.
you know, the thing is, if they have better marine control, there's a chance. You just keep.
Yeah.
But that's the
Imagine
only
that
time.
when. Yeah, imagine that engagement where they disabled 3 carriers, and then the armor, anti-armor hit.
That
I
was
mean,
great.
if that thing was, they were hitting together, that would have been awesome.
Yeah, they don't have much still left. When that happened, that was the fight
Yeah.
after. They already
Yep,
lost.
that was
so many.
after. So if that happened, imagine that happened while they were fighting. I think that would have been.
Imagine if a
game
nuke
changer.
drops on every one of their bases when they're not looking. So you know what I mean? It's just kind of like, yeah, I don't know. It's just not.
A nuke on every base.
A nuke on
that'd
every
be-
base. They weren't looking, and then okay.
That's
cool.
crazy.
That's the only thing I can think of that. that
I
would
know,
let
right?
them-
You drop Ghost on each base, and you nuke them. And they're so busy in the front that they won't figure
They
out that
can't
the nuke was
reinforce.
there.
They
Yeah.
can't reinforce. Yeah. All right. Well, Reaper opener again. They're Mass Reapers this time.
Ooh, Mass Reaper is probably the
Actually,
same
they're
thing.
just gonna Mass Reaper. Period. So here's
Yeah.
the thing. You know they almost beat.
Benzel with
They
their
should
own
have beat.
Reaper.
They should have beaten you guys. with their
Yeah.
Mass Reaper, but for some reason, I think they made a lot of key mistakes towards the end. I don't
Yeah.
know how. Oh man, look. the
Oh,
first
don't
Reaper
lose
will
the
go down.
Reaper!
That is just
Oh,
bad
man.
control.
Yeah.
You can't lose.
It-
You can't show
Unneeded.
two, and then
Yeah.
one lose. Then they know what you're up to already.
Yeah. There was unneeded death there
Yeah.
for the Reaper.
All right. Well, the thing
Alright,
is,
here we go.
the
Yep,
Zerg
this is good.
wasn't making any more lings. I don't know if they took this seriously because there's a
Get out of
lot
there!
Reapers.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Reapers here. The Zerg still is not making any lings to contribute to the fight.
Yeah, because I think they know what's coming.
And now he's finally making 8 lings, and speed's about to finish. So the damage has to be done now for these Reapers. One already go down, and he's gonna even trap him at the top.
My
Maybe
gosh,
trap
he's gonna
like-
lose all of that.
Yeah, this micro is not good enough for Reapers,
Yeah, and then-
I think. For this strategy, this micro needs to be a lot better. And you can see.
Oh my gosh.
There's
How many
too
lost
many-
Reapers now? I think
Yeah,
there's
too many lost Reapers. This is not gonna work out for them, and that's
5
just gonna end
Reapers
it.
lost.
Yeah, that's it, man.
There's just not gonna work
You
anymore.
can't lose 2-3 Reapers if you're trying to snowball.
Oh my
them.
gosh.
And now every
Yeah.
Reaper's dead, and there's nothing you can do. The
Imagine
Reaper-
nine
that's
Reapers,
insane,
dude.
Yeah.
If they saved it, just waited, just went together with what, 10,
yeah,
12?
yeah,
Reapers?
exactly. Or if they wait for a nuke to land on every base, that could also work. There's a lot of
Man.
wish lists we have, man, but that's not gonna change the fact they're.
If you see a lot of links, like that, and then there's some few stalkers, don't force it. Just
You
wait.
can't. Yeah, you can't lose Reapers if you're trying
Yes.
to do the Reaper strategy. You have to
Just-
run and keep snowballing, because what happens
Yeah,
is
just run, regroup.
yeah, what happens is the player you're playing against, you're forcing them to make a mistake, and they don't realize how powerful. And look, they're gonna go again, and then
Bye bye.
yeah,
Oh
this
my
is
gosh.
this is not good Reaper control.
That's
Unfortunately, I think.
insane. 15 Reapers dead.
Oh my gosh, 15 Reapers dead, and
That's just crazy.
15 Reapers dead, and look at the other guys. They lost 1 something and 4 of something. 5 total units.
Probably one Zergling.
Gotta be
For
4.
probably two probes and 2 stalkers.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
it.
That is not a good trade.
That's a bad trade.
That's a terrible trade. I haven't seen a trade like that with Mass Reapers ever. 15 versus 5, right?
Yeah.
Man,
All right. Let's see worker counts now. They're
I think he was better
definitely-
off making 15 Marines moving across the map, he would have killed more than five things, right? And
Yeah.
and now look, he's still
That's a
stuck on
lot.
old technology. He even mines his own self. He's stuck on old tech, and then he sees Void Rays already.
Yeah.
And what's he gonna do at home? They're like, you know what? Let's just keep making Marines. They're gonna do another push. I don't think they have any chance without doing another push. They gotta do this.
Yeah, they got
You
to do
don't
this.
macro. You don't go for macro now. You gotta. Okay, we have one chance. This is
Alright.
not looking good for these guys. This is a 2v2 where I was hoping to see better play from them, but they're really not. They didn't really improve on that, right? I'm not sure if they got worse, but they certainly didn't improve. And they're gonna lose all their Reapers. Okay, at least 2. Oh, 1 gets away. And look at look, none of those mines even hit.
Alright, it's panic mode now because they see
They
Void
see
Rays,
the powerful
Stalkers.
Protoss knocking on the door.
They
But
don't
there's
have a
enough
tank.
Bio. There's enough bio here though to scare it off.
Yeah. Do they have stim? Oh, yep, they have stim, which is
Yeah,
good.
they didn't cancel the barracks, unfortunately.
Don't
The
overextend.
Zerg was late to help out.
Yeah, because you're gonna get.
You know what? I'm
Order.
surprised the Zerg doesn't have much. What is he? Okay, he teched really fast to Hydras. That's why. Because he
Yeah.
doesn't have enough. He could have actually. This Bioforce could have beaten this army earlier with great micro.
So battle cruiser is 3/4. No, wait, halfway actually. Oh, there's 2 battle cruisers in the map. Why is it not in the front?
Trying to hide it, man. He's trying to do that thing where you just hide it and you're hoping to get lucky.
Yeah, up they recalled. Up there's a battle cruiser I think in the base. That's why they recalled.
Yeah.
There we go.
But actually, he can beat these guys if you focus fire.
Yeah. He's
not
gonna lose
focused
both
firing
battle
on
cruisers.
He should have focused on the Void Ray.
Yeah. He's gonna
Now all that time he was saving for that BC didn't really get him much. That battle cruiser only killed 5 things. Probably
lose. Oh man.
3 probes
That's
and
unfortunate.
2 stalkers.
Yeah. They would have been better off with just going together, moved out.
Yeah, I don't think you can play this super team like this. You gotta do brute force, right? 'Cause they micro really well, they macro really well. There's nothing they don't do well, I don't think.
I mean, I think they're good early game because they love to do this type of, early reapers
Oh, you mean
for the Super Smurfers.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's why I think they need a game plan to just hit. Period.
Yeah. Why is he shelling that thing?
He wants more room for the banelings to do whatever.
Yeah, exactly. You want it there so it's funneled. You don't want it
Yeah.
open.
Yeah, that's a mistake.
Yeah.
But he's
So-
gonna go for a Hail Mary
there we
drop.
go. That's better. I like that.
Hail Mary drop!
Oh! Oh my gosh. Oh shoot.
The Hail Mary drop
Oh my
passed.
gosh.
Dude, they passed by 2 overlords.
Oh my gosh. That was
They passed by 2
unfortunate.
overlords. That's not gonna work.
Yeah. Once you see an overlord, you
gotta
have to
turn
divert.
around.
Yeah,
you gotta
divert
turn around.
ASAP because you're gonna be picked
At a
off.
minimum, kill the overlords and run back, fly back.
Yeah. Yep. I
They're
don't think he was
getting
looking,
further
Robin.
behind, man.
I don't think he was looking at his dropship when he was
No.
rallying it to that
There's
base.
3
Yeah.
changelings gonna see how far ahead they are. They're like, hey buddy, let's go see how far ahead we are.
Yeah.
They're like, how much you wanna bet?
Oh,
We're
he's
this
gonna see
far
all the
ahead?"
battle cruisers.
They're
Oh,
like,
you have full battle
Oh, you're doing
cruiser.
that.
Let me add more wood rays.
Let me just
Let's
put
see.
cannons everywhere.
Yep, it's queuing. Void ray still.
Not looking
lot-
good.
Oh, look
for
at
the
that.
20th
There's gonna
time.
be Nidus, man. Nidus.
Hey, you might as well.
Yeah, look at that.
Right?
All of those changelings are in position
It's gonna
for
be
Nidus.
a double, triple
Oh,
Nidus.
triple Nidus.
Because he
And an
has
attack in the
he has
front.
triple Niduses. Look at that.
Yep.
So that means you can't kill him. You can't kill all
Oh
of those.
my gosh, and then his front is gonna be.
Alright, party
weak.
at the Terran base, says the Zerg.
Oh shoot, this is crazy.
Party at the Terran base. There's 3 doors. And
Yeah.
yeah, that's
Why is he GGing? He's still attacking in the front.
he knows.
Yeah,
He knows
it's
it's
unstoppable.
it's done. how he just wants to kind of have some
There,
fun
see,
here.
he should have sent it back. Send it back. There's there's battle cruisers who could take care of that. So why
Bro,
GG?
at this point, you need 10 nukes hitting in all the maps. In
Yeah,
all
but
the-
you don't wanna give up right away, cause
well, he
your
technically
teammate-
GG'd, so this is done. And
yeah,
we
cause his
played the
teammate
GG
still has a fight here.
He has a fight.
Stay
Yeah,
together,
it's-
man.
I mean, imagine if he, because you know what?
There we go. Battle
You know how
cruiser to
denied this
the-
on the other side? That that means many of the units
Oh.
weren't home.
Why is your battle cruiser in the front, man? Don't give it away. Oh my gosh.
Oh, look at the
Should have stayed
SCVs.
behind.
Wait a minute, man. Are you telling me?
There, see? Look at that.
Are you
If they just-
telling me he GG'd, but you know there's a chance because there's a ton of bio units here.
Yeah,
and
then
they
there's a
need
lot of-
banelings.
He
They
needs
need-
his battle
Oh, there's the
cruisers at
lurkers.
back.
The lurkers are here.
Oh
It's
my
about
gosh,
the
those battle
lurkers.
cruisers are being donated.
Too bad if he micros that better, man. These BCs.
Yeah, if
The
they
lurkers
might
are
do
here.
that better.
The burrow is here. You know what? There's so
Oh.
many mistakes in this game. Imagine they still had somewhat of a chance.
Yeah,
Somewhat.
but
we
somewhat
knew it was
have a
over.
chance.
We knew it was over, but they made it interesting with this last push.
Yeah,
Especially
that last
with-
push would have been okay if the battle cruiser stayed behind.
You know,
Not
the
in
battle
the front.
cruisers died. That's the thing. So
Yeah. If those battle cruisers stayed behind the Marines, kept firing, that would have been okay. But he was just diving in there with the battle cruisers. Too
yeah,
too
there
bad.
was a chance. There
The
definitely was a chance.
archaic.
Unfortunately, we kind of knew this story before, right?
Yeah, see,
They
they're
made- they made it interesting. That's for sure.
mhm.
And now there's an update on the standings. There's only
Alright. Let's take a talk to the player. Players, that is.
talk to the player. Alright, let's bring him in because that game was kind of something.
All right.
That game was
game there,
something
guys.
else. Man, I thought you were dead. But that that battle cruiser teleport the big bio army. There was a chance, but I think someone said GG early.
Yeah, did Spaghettio leave the game? No, he did not,
No,
right?
no, I didn't
Okay.
leave, but
Okay, yeah. I mean, you guys had a chance there, but you guys dove with your battle cruisers in the front. The battle cruisers, if the battle cruisers stayed behind the Marines, I think that you guys would have stood a chance there. But you guys lost like a battle cruiser right away, instantly.
It made it very interesting though, because
Yeah.
both
a
of
good
us
counter.
doubted that the game was over for like 2 seconds. We're like, wait a minute, can they actually
Yeah.
do it?
You guys
It
almost
was
pulled it up.
close. It was close
Yeah.
to making us think, wait, maybe they could. But you were going against the super team here, Super Smurfers. So, nice try.
Yeah,
It's time
that
to
was a
get
good
ready
game.
for the playoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's time to get ready for the playoffs. You guys are a little predictable with the BC thing, but you know this, and it's okay. This game kind of, I guess this is a feel me out game for what the playoffs will be like, at least against
Yeah.
the top team in the. All right, your final words, ETs. What do you think?
I don't think we played. I mean, the second game, I don't think we played particularly bad. I think the first game wasn't great. It was kind of a warm-up game, and then I think maybe we should have tried to switch races on Spaghetti. I think maybe him going Protoss.
He's
would've been a
pretty
bit
good
better.
at Protoss. I was surprised.
Yes.
he didn't
Yeah,
do
I was
that.
gonna say maybe like we gotta look for a race switch next time. But I mean, it was kind of just just kind of fill out game. It's just unlucky we
You know,
lose.
you're
It's alright.
100% right, ET, because the second game, you guys played well enough. If you took away all those donation Reapers that didn't do anything,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
lost 15 Reapers, and you killed a grand total of 5 units, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, the plan is we didn't expect them to build they had when we went in they had like two or three stalkers and they had like I don't know, like 15 zerglings or something. And
Yeah, because
we
they
didn't
saw
expect
you
that.
guys.
Yeah,
This-
yeah.
You know
So,
what
I
happened
mean-
there? Because you revealed your Reapers too early. There's 2 Reapers that early, then they know. Okay, out. You know
Yeah.
what? They're gonna do the Reaper
It
thing.
doesn't help
So
that
then
they're flying over overlords. They can see
Yeah.
what's going across the map. But I think if
Yeah.
you held them over, imagine if you didn't do that badly on the trade with the Reapers, that game may have been completely different.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
you
But
guys would have
hey,
been great.
If there were a couple nukes that landed somewhere, you know, maybe different too.
Yeah, so the Super Smurfers have one game left,
Oh,
and so they still have a chance. They're gonna play Old and Gold next week,
okay.
and
Oh,
if they
nice.
win that, there's still a chance to sneak in the playoffs. But they have to win that, and
They
some
have
help.
to beat Old and Gold for sure.
Yeah.
There you go.
So-
And
Yeah,
there,
so that's some even match there, right there.
there you go. That's what you guys are looking forward to. So you better practice something really cool for Old and Gold. That way we can see you guys in there. And good luck to you guys.
All right,
Yeah,
thank you guys.
good games.
And
Yeah, and-
Kodayo here, I think, is done for the season.
You can just relax
Wow.
to the
Just chill.
playoffs.
It's a it's a sweep, right? It's a sweep.
Yeah,
I
so
Is
think
it?
maybe we'll do a special show match. See how good they are by playing them with our master races, right? So let's do that. But that'll be after the playoffs. You know, that'll be a fun show match. So just be
Yep.
ready for that. So nice job, Kodeo.
Kodeo.
I had it clicked up here. By far the best team we've ever seen in FSL's 4 seasons. Can someone knock him out in the playoffs? We will see.
Yeah.
All right. So let's now. Good. Any last words from you, Regret?
Not really. I mean, if there was a time for it to ever be that close for us this entire season, it would have been towards the end where we almost lost. But glad that we clutched it out. I'm glad that we had those rounds.
Cool,
sweep.
cool.
But, yep.
All right. We'll see you guys in the playoffs.
Yeah.
All
Yeah, there
right.
was a
Congrats,
window
guys.
there where you saw 6 BCs, a big Bioforce
Yeah.
and Stim,
Iron
and they were
Force.
bearing down on
Yeah.
Kodeo's base, and Kodeo, most of his units are on the other side in the Nidus. And I
Yeah.
was like, whoa, they might get run over here.
There was a chance, but they needed to micro the battle cruisers better, and then
Battle
the
cruisers
SCVs
were
were
just-
there to repair. They could have repaired.
Yeah.
If they
The
did
battle
that, there's
cruisers
a
were
chance.
just.
But
Yeah.
it's the good thing is that Kodeo didn't engage it head on. They backed off, waited for some
Yeah, yeah.
lurkers, and kind of just
Yeah.
waited it out.
Well,
so.
even those lurkers on the side, they were forming. If the Terran was paying attention to that, he could have stimmed to win right
Yeah.
there.
That's
So,
great.
Mhm.
but hey, that's like it could have been 2 nukes landing earlier somewhere. Right? Doesn't really matter, does it, Malagant?
Mhm.
Doesn't
All
matter.
right.
Good
Congrats.
job, Kodeo. And
Well
let's
done.
Congrats.
move to our final game of the night.
Oh, this final game. Let's bring in these guys. So this guys, while we do that, let's go look at the Code S standings.
Mhm.
And Cyan is looking for his win to upset Frieden, who himself upset Instability and kind of screwed up all our playoff predictions. Right? So it started with Frieden messing everything up. But can Cyan mess him up? That's the question. Let's bring in Cyan here.
Ah.
What did I do?
There is Cyan. Alright, so everyone knows Cyan is the underdog here. Kind of like we were thinking you were the underdog last time, Frieden. But
Against-
somehow you kind of
Yeah.
messed everything up. You played well. She played, admittedly, she played pretty bad. So it messed up all what we were thought was going to happen. And then now we're looking here at Cyan. Is there a chance here, Seth, that Cyan can screw up the brackets here? He has a chance to be spoiler. We're looking at the standing
Yeah,
right now.
there's a chance. So, I mean, if I were to predict this game, right? I mean, if you do a scouting report, Frieden is a very aggressive player, random. And so if you can block those aggressive tendencies in the beginning, you have a chance in the mid to late game.
And see if you can stop his craziness. Cyan, before we go into it, don't reveal any strategies, of course, but what have you been doing to prepare for this crazy guy here?
I've been practicing with some others, some top diamond and low masters players. Just trying to get a good opening build for a random. So hopefully,
Random, yeah, it's a pain too. That's the other thing.
so that's the hard part is
game.
trying to have something for a random player.
Yeah,
So it's tough to do.
that's true.
Yeah.
Well, at least you've been practicing a lot, so that makes a big difference by itself. That you don't practice and then you practice. That's the biggest difference. to improve. Fred, breathe in.
Yeah, man.
You didn't practice the last time. You're like, screw it, I'm not gonna practice.
Yeah.
You played well. What'd you do this time?
So this time I played more consistently since my previous match. I think lately I haven't been winning as much as I like, but I think it's because I'm playing well enough that I'm playing increasingly difficult opponents.
Yeah.
So it's mostly just that. It's kind of interesting because then I'll see. I assume it's like the meta, right? So like I've seen things like people getting really aggressive with ghosts against Zerg, or there's certain strategies that I'm seeing that I don't usually see in my day-to-day play. So it's kind of interesting being able to respond to different things. So that's been the main thing. Based on how I played against Mazel a couple matches ago, I learned maybe I shouldn't pay too close attention to how Cyan might be playing in his previous matches, because then I overthink it. So I gotta really rely on how I play on the spot, right? So I think that's usually how I play the best.
Well, I think almost everyone, minus your wife and kid, will be rooting for the third game at least, right? Right. So we're, because they want to see a third game. I think everyone loves to see a third game. And this is Cyan is a huge underdog, but he's been practicing, so we'll see what he brings out. We're looking at the map picks here. We can see some pretty interesting map picks. But, at this point, you're playing a random. How do you even pick a map? You just pick the ones that you don't want to play in no matter what.
Your favorite, yeah.
Yeah, so
Yep.
that's what that is. Final words between you two.
Good luck, have fun. Can I take like a 1-minute break real quick before we get started?
Of course,
and then
of
Sure.
course, because we're gonna
just
talk
join-
about you guys behind your back. Don't worry.
Yeah, just join the lobby first. Never mind.
Good luck, guys.
Alright, so we're gonna server mute them for a minute while we talk about them and
Yep.
get ready. Let's see.
So I will be jumping off KJ. So it will be you and Seth
Yeah, sure.
casting this. So I'll be
He
watching.
wants to watch this. He's excited. He wants it on the big screen. So that's what he's doing.
Yeah, I know, right?
All right.
Yeah.
Get more of my soda. But yeah, I think Frieden's definitely gonna win this. But it's unfortunate. But
Well, maybe
That's
he'll
what I
steal a
think.
game. I think there's a
Yeah.
chance Cyan can steal a game. Will he beat him 2 games?
Yeah.
It's gonna be very hard. I don't think so.
Yeah.
Bet money on it.
But definitely,
I
I'm
think-
rooting for Cyan here, man, because he's the underdog.
Alright, well, I'm gonna turn off my cameras now. We'll leave it up to them, and let's talk about the map picks before we start. And
The interesting one there is Blackburn. So
Yeah,
we
it's
don't
cool to
usually
see that.
Blackburn.
yeah, I like that. I like seeing Blackburn. So that's
Yeah,
cool.
so it's a pretty cool map. But yeah, I think if Cyan plays defensively, I think they're ready. All right.
All right, I'll jump off, guys. So
Okay, all right.
have
See you
fun.
later, Sir Maligant.
all right, see you guys.
Game is started.
Alrighty. So I don't think there's a good chance for Cyan to go 2-1. You never know. But I'm hoping he steals a game. So we're loading up now into our first map with these two guys. It's Random versus Protoss. You guys are watching the Code S portion of this tournament. So
FSL Season 4.
go ahead, Seb.
All right, on the top right corner of Oxide, we got our underdog, Blue Protoss. He is.
Cyan.
And bottom left, he draws Zerg, this random player. What are we gonna see from him?
Frieden.
And he's not doing early pool, surprisingly.
Yeah. So I think the path to victory here for Cyan is if he deflects all of the early aggression by Frieden,
Yeah.
right? And then he's ahead economically. Then you just have a ball, just like a big Protoss ball, move across the map, and that's how you can win, right? Now he doesn't have to have the best micro. He doesn't have to have the the best APM, right?
Uh-huh.
As long as he just deflects it, he gets his economy up and makes a big ball and goes across, he might, that's a way to win for him.
Yeah, no, that's correct. Actually, we saw that in the last game where Little Reaper could have really beaten on all, on the first game and the third game that he lost by countering, but he just lost his Prism. He could have won that, and then there was another attack he could have won. So that's the power of Protoss. Protoss has
That's the power. You just need to harness the power of Protoss. But similarly to Little Reaper, right? Both Little Reaper and Cyan are getting a taste on playing by moving up the division, right? And so, Little Reaper was in Code B for a while, and this is his first year playing in Code A, so the opponents are tougher.
Yeah.
And similarly here for Cyan, he was in Code A for a while, and then moves up to Code S, and yes, the players are tougher.
Yeah.
But this is his best chance to win, I think.
Yep. And this will motivate them to practice a bit. I know, even though Little Reaper is not dominating like he usually does, he knows, he's like, he's improved a lot, actually, considering. And he knows what's missing on his game, which is, some macroing behind the scenes, too. So, same thing with Cyan. But with Cyan, though, I think the difference, too, he just hasn't been playing enough. Because he's, I've seen him play a lot better before, and he just hasn't, played enough, well enough, right, on some of those things. So
yeah, this is the disadvantage of playing against a random, right? Because you don't know where to put your wall, and so he opted to do a high ground wall instead of the low ground, but he didn't know that he was playing Zerg, so
it's okay against this guy, actually. Just don't take the damage. You might as well play safe.
You might need to pull some workers here
pull.
and
he he holds the.
Yeah, he might need to just.
He's kind of like indecisive here.
So he holds that wall.
Okay.
The second Adept is out of position here and it's exposed.
It's actually the worst case scenario for him because both of them are gonna go down. If the other one went behind the wall, he would have been fine. And he needs to chrono these guys. Lucky for him, there's no additional links coming in anytime soon.
Yeah, but this is what I was talking about, right? I mean, Frieden, spent and invested in this number of links, right? And all he had to do was really hold this.
And he'd be way ahead.
And he would be way ahead. But instead, right, he wasn't in position and he lost a few workers there. He's gonna clean this up eventually. Oh, there are more links in the map.
Well, he's gonna get into a tough spot, I think.
But
I think he'll clean up.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh,
he's not producing
any. Oh no, he didn't. He come up. He's fine.
All right, there you go. All right, so he's fine now. But look, can you imagine how much farther ahead he would have been, right?
Yeah, especially with 4 more adepts coming with the glaives. Oh man, that is a deadly counter attack.
Yeah, but here is a link flood incoming. There are 22 links making their way across the map, and he needs to know how to defend this.
If he had a shield battery, this would be easy peasy.
He needs to go back up the ramp, but he doesn't know this. It's gonna get surrounded. No! No, but Frieden runs back! Yeah, he does him a favor there.
He got scared. That actually is really good for Cyan here, who needs... he's chronoing this Adept, is about to finish the Adept glaives. This can be really good for him. Frieden actually messed that up. He had a chance.
Actually, all Frieden needed to do was just run up and surround these Adepts.
Here we go.
But there is a big attack on both sides here. Let's see who's going to fare better.
Well, here's the thing. I think there are roaches. Okay.
There are roaches. And that's gonna scare Cyan
He
back.
needs to go though.
He just needs to go. Oh no, there's
he's
more
fighting
roaches.
and getting shot by roaches. He's moving up. And he's losing a lot on the other side. However, the links do go home. Cyan is gonna get trapped if he doesn't not careful.
Yeah, he's gonna lose.
It's not been good execution for Cyan's side though.
Yeah.
I think he had a great chance here to actually take a lead and even win this game. But the aggressive attacks by Frieden has made him kind of make a lot of mistakes.
Yeah,
honestly, just one shield battery would have changed this game completely.
Yeah, and from what we talked about in the beginning, right, all he had to do was withstand this onslaught, right? And
Yeah.
by doing that, that's why you have shield batteries.
Yeah.
And if you have shield batteries up there, and you just make
Shield
your
battery
units
is
behind
key.
it.
One
Because
shield
can you
battery
imagine?
changes this completely.
Yeah, I mean, imagine if Cyan was able to deflect it, and he had full saturation on both
He can't lose his
bases.
space.
Yeah, he's gonna lose it.
If
though.
he loses
There's-
space, I think he doesn't have a chance because he can't
There's-
macro up
there's-
out of this.
There's just not
Not
enough
mu-
here.
He's macroing. He's microing a little bit, but he needs. He also could use, force field, anything.
So, but yeah, I mean, these small things, right? If he was able to withstand this,
It's a little late on the shield battery.
yeah.
But you
I
know,
mean,
and especially look, he's on 2 base. If he had just held this, oh my gosh, he'd be so.
Exactly.
He would totally win this game.
exactly. But it's more pedal to the metal here for Frieden. More roaches. He's just gonna keep making units, holding that at R key.
He has an immortal
And-
coming out though, so that'll help.
Yeah, but one immortal, and there's 52 army supplies of roaches, and it's swelling even more.
Yeah, he kind of needs. There's a lot of things you can do. Look, if you don't play Protoss enough against Zerg, you think this, well, he just got ran over. And he just had more units. That's not the case. Protoss units, if you force field properly, you're hiding behind buildings, you have shield batteries, you will wreck this army, and then they
And
can
there's-
snowball,
there
and you're the one that
is a-
snowballs.
Yeah, there's a reason that they added shield batteries into the game. It's because Protoss needed a way to defend against these early aggression.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. And that's the reason it's there. But if you do not use it and make it, take advantage of it, well, you are gonna get run over, right? Like right now, it's a lot of roaches.
Oh man. And even here with the proper micro, you can trade really well here.
Yeah, you
Unfortunately, he is out of position.
could. But yeah, you can't base. And also, even if he just held on there too as well, right? We're at 8-minute mark, and around this time is when your your main base will start running out of money, right? And so your income is just terrible at this
Here
point.
you go.
He can't.
He's just gonna
He
go
wants
for
to
it.
warp in, but he can't because he doesn't have enough supply, and he lost a lot of pylons already.
Yep, he did.
So,
And actually, you can go back and mine again.
yeah,
He has to go though. He's kind
Yeah,
of
but I
taking too
think-
long.
There's just way too many. Look at the supply. Right? It's just.
The thing is Frieden's best matchup, in my opinion, is Zerg versus Protoss. So he got
Yes.
unlucky.
So that's game one.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's so many opportunities there for Cyan, and it's not.
Oh man, yeah, definitely winnable. 100% winnable.
But these are opportunities that are not very difficult to execute, right? It's just your standard defend against Ling and Roaches in the beginning.
Well, yeah, it all starts in the beginning. If you had one shield battery, which is kind of a requirement if you suspect you're gonna be kind of pressured, especially a
Yeah.
player like this guy, just make a shield battery, man.
Yeah, I mean it's a scouting report, right?
Yeah. You know he's gonna cheese you. Make a shield battery, and once you stop that first one, you snowball. You actually crush him.
Yeah,
on the
and it's
counter.
just a matter of getting a death ball.
Yeah. Because your Protoss death ball is scary. The Zerg can't deal with it by doing that and then expect to deal with it, right? That's a lot of what Protosses do. When you try to do a lot of early aggression, Protoss like, okay, cool, I deflected you. I'm gonna make 8 gates and I'm gonna run you over.
Yes.
That is what I see a lot, and
But that's what happened in game
requires
one. Let's
you-
see if there are adjustments made
Well-
here in game two.
Game 2, all I need to see from him is a little bit more defensive in Game 2. Because we don't know what race Frieden's going to be. Right? And I
Yeah.
favor Cyan to take the game if he's against a Terran.
Yeah.
So, we'll see what he draws here.
But regardless, well, if he faces a Zerg or Protoss, I really
Well, he
hope
had a
that
chance to
makes
win against Zerg, to your point.
Yeah, he really just needs to make a shield battery up front, right? And maybe the wall would have been better.
Alright, last
or-
chance, Cyan.
FSL Season 4.
Go ahead and introduce both of our
All right.
players.
Bottom left corner of Blackburn, down 0-1, our blue Protoss, he is.
Cyan.
And on the bottom right corner, victory there in game 1. Our purple Protoss.
Wow, PvP. Could be,
Yeah, I
could
mean,
be
this
good for
is-
Cyan. This is his domain.
Yep. And I think maybe if he catches him with a good DT build, right?
Well,
you
yeah.
can get your victory. Because after this game, his last game of the season will be against Instability. And so that will be a Protoss versus Protoss. And with Instability's mechanics, I don't know if,
Instability. Yeah, that's a PvP. That's gonna be hard to win. Even with her mistakes last week, she's not gonna make these kind of things. So that's a tough matchup for him.
Freeden, on the other hand, after this game has 2 games remaining, right? One against Dark Menace and one against Regret. So it's gonna be a tough game for both.
It's tough for Freeden too. The Dark Menace for sure is gonna be really tough. Regret has improved a lot, so I would say that's really tough now too. If it was Regret of last season, sure, but Regret of this season is so much better.
Alright, so wait. Yeah, so one goes back and one chases. So standard build.
You know, I like
Not-
Cyan's build better. He's got the second gateway, and what is Freedom
Yeah.
doing with that money? He hasn't dropped down the Nexus. He doesn't even really have anything else on the map, so he's not spending as well as Cyan is. That just shows you the Protoss power here. By
Freeden did steal the
oh, he
gas.
stole the gas. Okay, well that's okay.
Yeah. So
One thing I don't like is he made 2 Zealots. He didn't.
Yeah,
he only
I-
needs to make 1.
I don't like the 2 Zealots because unless you're doing the parting build where you make,
Oh, look at
proxy
this!
Zealots.
Closing it.
Yeah, Freeden's just like, I don't want to deal with it. Let me just close it. I mean, at this point, Cyan should just expand, right?
Yeah, he's got 3 gates. I think if he expands, he is in awesome shape.
But I have a feeling here that Freeden is going to drop a DT Shrine right after this.
That's how he won one of the games against Instability by a DT Shrine, I think. Instability.
But
No.
you know what? If
Oh,
he
no,
does
no.
go DT and Cyan
And a
makes an
Robo.
observer, that would be an investment that would make Cyan ahead. And I think this is a better matchup for Cyan because he's more comfortable in Protoss versus Protoss.
Well, not only that, look at this guy. He has not expanded. He's trapped. What the heck is
you-
this?
can't do anything. Can't bring it out. But with Freeden's tendency, I think Cyan is gonna be defensive here. There is the DT Shrine by Freeden. So Cyan needs to make an observer here, right? He needs to make
Once
sure.
he makes an observer, he is in tip-top shape.
I mean, you can even go with an observer, the second unit. Go with the immortal first, but just make sure you make your observer, right? You're not
Eventually, you
pressing-
make an observer. Oh, time's dropping by. He's not using that Robo. There it is.
Yeah, there it is. Observer first. He is strapped for gas, right? That's
Okay.
where you can get your expansion. But this is a good sign because if Cyan goes up there and loses both DTs and does not do damage, he's
I mean,
gonna be
yeah,
behind.
Freeden does that,
significantly.
and he's expanding too. So this is looking really good for Cyan now.
Yep.
It's all about execution at this point, guys. And he's even making a second observer.
Nice. I was gonna say is because if he sends that observer across the map and then he doesn't have one here, he's in trouble. But he even puts it on a. He
Oh,
transformed
look at
it
that!
so
Look at that! Both of them.
both of them. So I think he's in good shape here.
He kind
He
of
just needs to keep
expecting it.
warping in units.
Expecting DTs, man.
Yeah,
He's
because
expecting
look at
that
this.
build.
He's gonna clean up these DTs and he's gonna have this expansion.
Yeah, there's a
Freedom
proxy.
hasn't been started.
The proxies right here. These 4 DTs are essentially going to be like Zealots, actually.
Yeah, these DTs are like glass cannons.
Yep.
So there it is. He sees it. The stalkers are gonna fall real quick, but I think he has enough here to clean this up. He's gonna lose this pylon, but it's okay. All right. So he defends this. He didn't kill a DT. Doesn't look like, but it's okay, right? Because he's got his expansion done.
Yeah, and Freeden had to destroy and open it up so he can expand himself. And look, he found the.
Yeah, and he's fighting with them too. All right, now the zealots though, he's gonna have to kite. There we go. That's a good kiting there by Cyan.
Even has a probe to help fight.
No, the probe is there to body block.
Yeah. Oh, this is good. Keep trading. Yeah, exactly.
And so this is
Now-
a good position here for Cyan. Now for Frieden, I
doesn't
don't
have
like his
much.
position because he doesn't have a Nexus.
But the thing
Right.
is, though, Cyan better not overdo this, because one thing I saw with him is he doesn't macro. He doesn't do anything else but attack when he
Yes,
does
I
this
think-
type of thing. He doesn't actually. But this time, look at him. He is actually making work. The last time we saw him do this, he could. Oh, I love this cannon here. That helps.
Really like that cannon. Then he's gonna warp in Stalkers to deal with this, and it's gonna catch it. But the main army is coming back, so I think he's going to be able to catch it on the exit here. But where's the
There's no
observer? Oh, it's
observer.
lagging behind.
Yeah, it's slow.
Alright, which is okay. Alright, so there's the expansion for Frieden. So we like the position here by Sand, but he really needs to take advantage of this, right?
Yeah, Cyan's looking good. This is all execution, like we just said, right? He needs to make a shield battery, but at least he's making a cannon. That's something. But if he goes across the map, it's not good.
It's not good. He needs zealots himself, because there's a lot of zealots. He's already seen the number of zealots that
And
Frieden's
it's
been warping
charged
in.
too. He needs to stay at home.
he's
He
charged.
shouldn't
He
be
needs
in
to
this
stay-
map right here. This is very
Yeah.
dangerous. Oh no.
Oh no! He's out of position, and he just decides to go
stopped
back
warping
in
He
now.
wasn't warping in the whole time too.
Alright, well, at least he catches these two zealots.
Yeah, but oh man.
Yeah, that's a good kite there.
Good kite.
Yeah, so he's good kiting here because he's knocking down the zealots one at a time.
He needs to be
And-
warping in. There's an immortal coming to help.
Yeah, so the immortal, but there's no support for the immortal. Oh no, the immortal's
Immortal's
gonna
on
die.
move command.
But he's gonna take care of these Archons though. So the Archons escape. More zealots. He
Now
needs
this
his
is
own
control.
zealots.
This is a control thing. He's got to control better here. He can win
Yeah.
this. He has the advantage. And
So-
look, his guys here are trapped. They're not all shooting.
Yeah, this
He
is
still
a
has a
control
lot of
thing.
stalkers. Meanwhile, Cyan, oh man, Frieden is caught up because his army
He's throwing away his lead here.
throwing away units here. He's just not
Because
controlling this
you
right.
can't fight a bunch of zealots with just stalkers, right?
He
You're
forgot
gonna
about
need
shield battery again.
Yeah, and the shield battery.
All right, well, we'll see.
And
He has
so,
an immortal,
and also his big clump of stalkers were in the third expansion location.
Yeah, if he was all
They-
here, he would have crushed this.
There's no reason for them to be there, right?
Yeah, it was a bad.
Either
spot.
you're in your base or you're attacking. You can't just
There it
be in
is.
the
He's
middle.
got a kite. He's got a
Yeah,
kite.
he
Immortal's
doesn't
here.
have- He needs zealots, right?
Yeah,
You
he's
can't
got the
fight
wrong
that
one.
with just. And he's gonna make more stalkers here. Alright, so
There's
he's not
a zealot.
trading. One zealot, finally. There it is.
Well, you know what helped him there was the choke, and he needs to stay
Yes.
back. Oh, he's not. Oh, there you go. He needs to chrono. He's chronoing another immortal, which is really good. But he needs a shield battery.
Yeah, he does. I mean,
It's like
he's still ahead
playing,
in supply.
2 years ago, where there was
He
no
has a
shield
big-
battery.
He has a bigger supply, but he just needs to shore up his micro.
Bigger
right? His
supply
unit
because of the
control.
army, but look at the worker count. Cyan and versus Frieden's worker count, man.
Yeah.
Alright, just keep warping in. He wasn't able to kill that pylon on the top earlier, right? He killed the other one. There was 2. So more
Right, so-
zealots here.
So this is a good sign here. At least he's making zealots and he's getting charged. But
Yeah, no
the thing is,
chronos either. On
if
that.
the other player, you see there's a lot of charge slots and he's committed to them, right? You need to transition to getting Archons.
Exactly. Archons. He's gonna go. It looks like he's gonna go charge light himself, and a +1 upgrade.
Yeah, +1.
Which is
now
good.
there's Storm for
That's
Protoss.
funny.
You don't,
Yeah, yeah.
You don't typically see Storm on the PvP because it's not as effective.
Yeah, but you know, both of these guys is kind of weird because Frieden doesn't really play the meta. He just kind of does stuff.
Yeah, he wings it, right?
He wings it, and he plays really well on his execution, his fights, etc. And then Cyan, he's playing for meta of like 2 years ago. You know what I mean? Well, he finally adds shield battery, so there you go.
There we go. So There's the expansion. I was gonna say is, the longer he waits, there's a gold expansion for Freedom. And this is as close as you can get, but Cyan did have a significant lead there in the beginning.
Yeah, Cyan had this huge lead. He's not dead, that's the good news. Freedom's, look at this Freedom's DT attack.
But but I think he can react here. If Cyan reacts,
it's close enough. Look, his probe, this observer sees everything because his other observer is chilling, and finally he moves it.
Finally, there you go. Observer runs. Oh, there's a storm. He gets the observer.
Was a storm do that, or is it the?
I think it clipped the observer a little bit, but it was the stalkers. I think the stalkers shot
it.
He
just needs to put a shield battery on this side.
Yeah.
But the gold is done for Freedom, man.
Yep. And if I was Freedom, I would transfer a bunch of my workers there to saturate
hello,
it.
DTs.
Okay, that's a good reaction there.
He's kind of trapped there on
pylon.
This. Oh, he's in a bad spot. He needs to. Okay, here we go. Alright, well, maybe you know what? The wall helps.
He needs to warp in units here. It's a good storm there.
He's not warping in.
He needs to warp in units. He has the money. He has the supply. I don't know what he's waiting for. There's the warp in. The zealots are warping in, but it's just
he has shield battery at the bottom he can run into.
Yes, he needs to really. Alright, so he's gonna clean this up, I think. There you go. He's gonna clean this up, but it doesn't need to be this close. Right?
Run to the shield battery and heal up. There he is. He's healing up. Then he
can go back in, warp in more units. But you want to save your third here. You want to save.
There he is. And his +1 is done, by the way.
Yeah, so his +1 he's gonna scale better in the long run here.
But there's a lot of charge slots here. He just doesn't have he doesn't have the answer for the charge slots. Oh man, I don't know. I think it's snowballed enough, and then his guys are trapped.
See, if he just drops in a Templar Archives, he can warp in a bunch of, he can have what, 5-6 Archons, and he teleports, uses a recall to move the Stalker 5 feet away. Alright, so he's gonna lose his third.
Base. He just has to buckle down here at this choke.
And he activated the overcharge earlier, which didn't need to be. He has a lot of money. He just needs to drop down a Templar Archives to address.
He is getting +2. That's the good news. But
that's a good thing. But still, the units that he makes are terrible against charge slots.
Yeah,
right?
That's what we noticed here. Freedom should have been getting spanked with the right units, but he's making the wrong units, like you said. So.
Yeah. But Freedom's gonna make more Archons, and still 0 Archons for Cyan's side. And I think he's gonna start falling behind here because the gold base is up and running. The mining here is not even close.
He has a lot of energy too on this Nexus. Just kind of
they haven't been using the energy, and he's gonna try to move up. But you're gonna get surrounded by charge slots and Archons.
I wouldn't do that if I was you. He loves to be in this spot where he's not by the safe spot where he can't run in.
And he's gonna be trapped here.
Oh, why is he going up here? This is not good. You better go back to your shield battery spot, guys.
So I think the path to victory here for Cyan is if he just makes some Archons and makes a big ball, because you're gonna have +2 attack.
Yeah.
Right? And you'll have that advantage. But he's gonna lose this! No, it's no cancel either!
Why did he think he can expand? He can't expand.
You need a way to deal with these charge slots.
Recharge on the shield battery. You need to recharge. Your army is terrible right now. His upgrade is close. If he can finish the upgrade, he's not going up to get recharged by the shield batteries. Go up. It's only a couple inches. Yeah, there you go.
There we go. All right, so he has so much gas.
Yes,
right?
he's gonna have 4 immortals. His army is pretty good.
The best gas dump really are the Archons, and it's perfect for this composition.
Oh, he's gonna go. Look at him. Freedom's gonna see it.
He's gonna go for it.
Freedom is going to trade. Oh no, he's gonna follow. Okay, all right. Here you go. One at a time, single file. If he attacks on the higher ground, choke. He'll be in good shape, but where's he going? Oh, he's gonna attack here. Okay, here you go, guys. Freedom is on chasing. There's DTs on the map too.
Yeah, but there is an observer right
There's an
there.
observer with Cyan. He's got so many immortals. His
But I
immortals
think
are
he's-
exposed.
Yeah, but there's no answer for the charge lots here, and
He's just never made anything against charge lots. He's just kind of relying on stalkers for some reason, and he's gonna give this game. Alright, well, unfortunately, he wasn't able to do it. He had a huge lead, that's for sure. But let's chat with the guys. Guys, you know, good games. The first game was a little messy.
A little.
A little messy. Cyan, actually, the first game, you had a great chance to win that, but you didn't make a shield battery. And if you made a shield battery in there, you would have snowballed and you would have crushed them on the pushback. Instead, you lost so many workers, so many adepts. He didn't have an answer for the adepts, actually, until saw him. So that was that was a missed opportunity. What do you think about game one, Cyan?
Yeah, it's when they came up there, I realized I didn't put the shield battery, and I've been telling myself, shield battery, and I still didn't do it, so I probably deserved to lose that one.
And game two, you actually could have used the shield battery again, but you didn't make it till the very end. But that's not really what got you. You actually had a huge lead, but you were down at the bottom with your army all exposed, and then you couldn't run up. You know, he has charge loss. Charge loss will wreck your stalkers. But you were kind of exposed down there. If you were by your shield batteries or even on the choke, you would have done it. But you were kind of... Why were you out there on the map?
Was that when he had his army up on
The very
ramp?
first time. The very first time you had all these stalkers. You were exposed. You lost so much on the charge lots coming down, right? Why were you down on the map? Instead of guarding your base, basically.
I think I was looking to expand to get the third base up and running, so I moved everything down there.
I see. You didn't have the right read on the game, you know?
And I didn't know that he had his stuff sitting on top of that ramp until the last second. I was like, oh, well.
Yeah. Well, another one, too, I kind of want to ask you is, you saw a lot of charge lot Archons, but you never made the counter to them. You kept making stalkers. Why is that?
I didn't feel like I had enough to go Storm like he did, or even Colossus at that point.
No, the answer
I didn't
to
feel like I
charge
could
lot-
get anything out.
No, the answer to charge lots is Archons, and you had so much gas. So if you make Templar Archives, you could have made so much Storm guys. You had the upgrade lead too. You had +2. You had nothing, which means you would have wrecked them if you had the right units. But you didn't have the right units. You just had the worst unit for charge lots, which is Stalkers, right? So
Yeah.
it was kind of a missed opportunity. Definitely could have won both games, but at least it's easy to know what happened. You know, I hate games where I play and I don't know why I lost. Oh, I just played terrible. But in reality, in this one, you just know only 2 things you need to change, and you would have won this game if you replayed this game 9 out of 10 times, maybe 99 out of 100 times. You know, if you do that one thing. But anyway, nice try. Is he done, Seth, or he has one more match?
Cyan has one more game, and that would be against Instability.
Ooh, that's gonna be a tough one. But you know, you did improve, Cyan. From what I see, you had a definitely legitimate chance of winning. In fact, you were way ahead in game one. You're way ahead in game one. So, but it was good to see you improve. And Frieden, congrats on taking this. Once again, you surprised us with your. You know, one thing I noticed about you, Frieden, is you don't do the right things as far as meta. you do these weird things with Storm and things like that. But one thing you're really good at is execution, attacks, and when to cause problems. You know, and because you play that way, you know, even if you're off meta, like you actually still take the games, and it kind of messes with the other player because PvP Storm is terrible actually. You know,
Right.
But you made it work. It kind of puts a scare into the other opponent, and they just like, you know. What do you think about that? Is that just the way you like to do things?
Yeah, so I've always liked playing really unconventional, really underhanded. Even like back in the Warcraft 3 and like StarCraft Brood War days, like just kind of jippy. Like I like going after people's workers, or like just trapping them, you know, not letting them expand, or going after the supply and stuff like that. Kind of like the death by 1,000 cuts or whatever. So
Yeah.
I've always liked that. I don't know. It appeals to like my
Yeah,
playstyle, I
it's
guess.
definitely fun to watch. Seth, who is let's go take a look while we're all here. Who is Freedom playing? Because
Well,
it's a
got
fun.
2 games left. The first one is against Dark Menace.
Oh yeah.
And then he's gonna play Regret.
Okay. Well,
I emailed Seth, by the way. I might have to reschedule one of those matches.
Yeah.
I'll talk to you about it after.
talk.
but-
Yeah, actually, I already got confirmation, so we are gonna move one of those. So
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so your style is very aggressive. Cyan read you perfectly in game 2. He had the he had the observers. That's why he was way ahead. He got his expansion up, but he just kind of unfortunately moved down with all his stalkers and gave his lead away and all that.
So
but,
I was really worried he was going to have as many adepts as he did in game 1. So I always take your guys' feedback to heart. So you guys had suggested before, building my stuff up there instead of down outside the natural and building a shield battery to just wall off temporarily and stuff like that. So
yeah, you closed it and you were
just
safe.
yeah, I was like, dude, I've played so many matches PvP and they just come in with adepts and yeah, you guys are right. There's no way.
That will ruin your day. But he read you like a book, and I guess my point here for game 2, everyone and their mother knows you're gonna be aggressive. So Dark Menace and Regret know that. So just something to keep in mind. Meaning they play defensive, they get ahead, they'll smack you back. That's kind of what Cyan was hoping for game 2, but he kind of is out of position. But he could have done it. He was almost there. So
yeah, he was forcing me into a macro game, man. And some macro games I'm cool with, but PvP is a tough one for me.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, you got time. You're playing against Zergs, and that's what Zergs actually love to do. Everyone tries to cheese Zerg. They just want a macro, and then when they get good, that's when they're gonna get you. So, I'm excited to see what you have coming up with these 2 Zergs for you. You got the second best Zerg and the top Zerg, undisputed top Zerg, coming up against you. So we'll see what kind of builds you come up with. So good luck, and then Cyan, good luck to you on your next match. We'll see you guys next time. As long as you guys are improving from game to game, that's really what matters. So good luck, guys.
Looking forward to the replays and learning from those. And Cyan, good game, dude. Good luck on your last one. And yeah, let's just keep getting better, man.
GG's, thank you.
Alright, so Sep, let's talk about the standings now. Now that we got this sorted out. So Code S, what does that mean?
So with that game, if you look at the standings,
Freeden's looking good now.
Yeah, Freeden is in good slot here, but his 2 of our harder games will be in the back end. So, but if things play out well here, the only way he gets overtaken is if Nizel wins, right? His last game, and if Instability wins, well, actually he does have the tiebreaker.
Yeah, the tiebreaker Instability is the killer for Instability.
Yeah. And so, I think Freeden is in a good position here, even though the 2 games he has are against 2 hard Zergs. But I think he's in a good position here. So it's gonna be tough here. Mizel needs to win his last game.
And who's he got?
Mizel is playing...
Actually, you guys can check that out yourselves too. That's on our website.
He's playing Neutrophil though.
Oh man, that's gonna be a tough one. But he is going random, so there you go. The schedule is out, guys. There's only a few weeks left, and that's what we see here. And so that's Code S. Code S, somewhat okay. 2v2, we already chatted about that. That could go either way. And then let's rehash the Code B, which we didn't play tonight. Code B, it's really all these 3 are in. It's just a battle for this last spot here, right?
Yeah, and so Miguela can still make it to the playoffs, but she has to face 2 Blue next on Friday. Actually, if we look at the schedule on Friday, we have Miguela versus 2 Blue, and Turtis and Hare versus Benzel. That is a very important game for Benzel.
That's right, guys.
And Benzel needs to win that, because otherwise they can get overtaken.
Okay, and then finally, Code A. We saw that tonight. Little Reaper now is in danger, but he's still not out. He's in danger because he kind of lost 2 in a row so far.
Yeah.
Dominic looking dominant. The Archaic first place. Hyper Turtle and Casper in the middle. ET is likely out.
Yeah. So I think the key game here is next week, where Little Reaper will play Hyper Turtle. So
Ooh,
that
that's
is
a good
his
one.
Yeah, that's a good one because that's his way of catching up.
Yeah, what's
And
Hyper Turtles race, dude?
well, he's been playing Protoss, but he's been switching it up though. So we'll see.
Okay, so it's
Um,
Protossers. Got it. Cool. Well, there you go.
Yeah, so that's a key matchup because if Little Reaper loses that Hyper Turtle game, I think he's out.
Yeah, he has to win.
But if he wins, this is gonna get complicated for the third and fourth slots.
Yep.
Because his last game, Little Reaper's last game is against the Archaic, so that's gonna be tough as well.
All right, guys. Well, that was tonight. We saw Little Reaper, a very exciting 2-1 win for Domi Strength, aka Spaghettio. 2v2, super dominant 2-0 for Code AO once again, and then for Code S, coulda, woulda, shoulda. It was really close. Cyan 0-2 versus Frieden.
I think that really showed the experience of Frieden, right? Because he was winging the game, and it shows his battle movement, his
That was my
control.
point. That was my point. He may do things all weird, but he moves in the right way, right?
Yeah.
And he attacks in the right way. He defends in the right way. His decisions and battles are really well done. So that's his strength. But in StarCraft 2, guess what? Use the meta, macro better, and then punish him with superior numbers. That's how you play someone like Frieden, who is really good. But if you think about it though, too, the other guys are pretty good too with battle movements and decisions too, right?
Yeah.
So when he gets up to that higher level, which is the Code S top-notch players, which those are the two he's placing actually. Regret and Dark Menace are right here. That's it, guys. We'll see how he does. He has plenty of practice that he needs to do to be ready for that, but he's been surprising us already the last 2 matches, so.
That's right. So, let's see.
All right, guys, that'll do it for tonight. We'll see you on Friday. And on Friday, the matchups we had mentioned is right here, Tortoise and Hare. And then Predators. And then Uber XL Plant Queen. And then Instability versus...
Actually, Predators moved, so that's
okay.
It got moved to a different.
All right,
game, so.
that's no worries. So then it'll be a different matchup there. But we'll check out Facebook and Twitter for our updates there, guys. So thanks for watching tonight, and we'll see you guys next time.
GG's.
Laters.